The big Tunes and Spoons Chili Festival is happening this weekend in Claremore. And joining us this morning to talk about the event is TJ Jackson, son of the late Tito Jackson of the Jackson 5. TJ Jackson himself with his brothers of 3T. Good morning,
Yes,
TJ.
good morning.
So you have so much music background, but first I want to talk about your Tulsa connection.
Yeah.
So there is a great uncle
Yeah.
who was a Tulsan. Tell us what you know about Samuel Jackson.
I just know my father and my grandmother, my family would always talk about our, connection to Oklahoma. And I really think that's what influenced my father to move out here a couple years ago. He found a community he fell in love with in Claremore.
Yeah.
Had a nice ranch with the lake and he could do his fishing. And I recently finally got to come out, after he passed, unfortunately. But I saw what he loved. Claremore is my father. The chill of it is Tito Jackson. So I was just happy that he got to find his home.
And kind of coming back to his roots with your
Oh,
Uncle
yeah.
Samuel, who, by
Absolutely.
the way, there is a display, there is a picture, I've seen it in the Smithsonian of the Jackson 5 and Uncle Samuel in Tulsa. It's an incredible story, but we want to talk about Tunes and Spoons because
Yes.
this was, would you say, how much of this was your dad's vision? Like 100%, 90%?
I wasn't there because I have my own life and
Right,
family.
you're in LA and
but
you're here this weekend.
I'm here this weekend, but I will say this, my whole family is about giving back and using music to do so. And when there was the tornado back in 2024 in Claremore, it affected my father. It was his new home community and he saw a lot of people going through a lot of tough times. So he, with his partner Terry Harvey and a couple others, put together Music Hopes, and their first big initiative to help was Tunes and Spoons. So unfortunately my father, like I said, he passed in September of 2024 and didn't get to make it to see his dream come true, but that's why I'm here, to make sure and to represent my pops and to make sure that people of Claremore get some love and have a good time.
Diamond Rio, Red Dirt Rangers, George Thorogood and the Destroyers. We're talking about free concerts here. This has got to be exciting to offer this to the people of Oklahoma and anybody who wants to come, but people who, your dad lived with and lived alongside here. It's free?
It's free. It's a VIP section as well, that I guess an option you could do, but it's free to the public. And it's interesting because my father used to call me, I live in LA, and talk and brag about Claremore and Oklahoma. And me being in California, I couldn't understand what drew my pops to I don't want to say random city, but just a city I'd never heard of.
From LA to Rogers County, Oklahoma.
This
Claremore,
is a Hall of Fame legend, and in my father, someone who's been around the world. And when I got there, like I said, I saw it immediately.
Yeah.
And you Okies are amazing people, and I'm happy to be here.
In Claremore, my best friend here in town is from Claremore. Wouldn't have it any other way. Great town to grow up in. One last thing. So you are part of 3T, the R&B group from the 90s that you were mentored by Michael Jackson, by your uncle.
Yeah.
Tell me about what you've learned from music that you helped just comes through in this festival. You were a performer like your dad. You were an entertainer on stage in front of big crowds.
Absolutely. When we were little, my brothers and I, toddlers, we used to watch, the Jacksons from the side of the stage and just see they were like our superheroes, like, Batman and Robin. That's what they were for us. And to see I don't say power, but the influence, the impact they had on the crowd, the love, the joy they can give through music, something that hit me young. And music is so powerful, and even though I'm not performing this weekend, I'm excited for that power to be shifted and for those spirits to be uplifted and for people to have a good time.
And maybe one of these days we'll have a 3T performance down the road at Tunes and Spoons. I don't want to set you up, but hey, Tunes and Spoons is happening August 22nd through the 24th at the Claremore Expo Center. Again, it's open to the public. Music is free. You got to pay for the food, but they also have VIP tickets and upgrades, various different levels that you can go to. Diamond Rio, Red Dirt Rangers, kind of the founders of Oklahoma Red Dirt, as well as George Thorogood and the Destroyers. A lot coming up, and newson6.com for much more. TJ, thank you so much for being here and sharing your time and your memories with us.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. Great luck this weekend.
Thank you, man.